on to your butts.
My American.
I've been tracking Sasquatches for 25 years.
My American.
Global awakening to the New World Order.
My American.
Artificial intelligence, non-droid.
My American.
Do you believe in UFOs?
Yes, sir. Extraterrestrial.
You're listening to Pardon My American.
Happy Monday, folks.
Yeehaw!
Happy Monday.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Chris is giving that look.
Nah,
What, did a turd just pop out of your pants or what? What's going on?
I was sitting. I was down there under the table and I stood up like right when the show started. I was like,
He was under that table, all right. You know what I'm saying?
I was just sitting pop down. Just,
Is that why your lips are all wet? What's
Yeah,
going
dude.
on there?
He gets up, he's just. Happy Monday,
Nummy,
folks.
nummy.
Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Greg, you have a good weekend? You stay,
Yeah, dude.
stay productive,
Yeah.
get shit done?
I mean, there's a lot of sports. Okay,
Oh,
there's a
that's
lot of
true.
basketball going on now, so
oh yeah.
it is what it is. And I watched the NFL. It's the fucking rigged games.
The rigged
okay,
games, man.
I love watching the playoffs because I immediately go to Instagram, TikTok, all of the clips that people make going, here's how you know the NFL is rigged, because the
Yeah.
playoffs is where it really stands out, bro.
Yep.
I told you it was going to be the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what I was calling.
I was
too.
hoping for the Bills, man. I wanted the Bills because I don't want the Chiefs, but I really wanted the Commanders. I really did. I just felt like it's been a long time.
The Eagles are going to win
that's what I'm hoping.
Not if
I'm
the
hoping
refs
they-
have anything to say about
because
it, Chris.
America.
Not if the refs have anything to say about
Well,
it.
That's
so Dave, remember
the refs are going to have to say about it. That's how they're going to win.
No, they can't.
well, the last
Mahomes-
time the Eagles won
yeah.
was in 2017, the first year of Trump,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so, like, when Trump got in, it was the Patriots and Falcons, and the Patriots won. I remember that because, like, Brad, Sarah's dad, was like, of course it's the fucking Patriots who win. You got Donald Trump come in, and you got the fucking Patriots winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how he was.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the very next year, it was Eagles-Chiefs, and the Eagles beat them. And then I think it was Eagles-Chiefs, but
Yeah.
we went and saw August Burns Red, and they're from Philadelphia, and they were like, how about them Eagles?
Yeah.
You know.
It was sick. It was kind of fun this year because I was telling Greg that they were talking about if it was the Commanders and the Chiefs, it was the Commander in Chief.
Yeah.
But then I saw this guy who was like, you know how I know the NFL's rigged? Because it's the Commanders, the Chiefs, the Final Four, right? The Commanders, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Eagles, right? And he said it's the Commander in Chief signing Bills in the land of the Eagles. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. Okay.
I'm like, bro, you're a
Now we're
genius,
getting
man.
there.
Yep.
Mind blown.
Mind blown, bro. And I was like, geez, man, it makes perfect sense. All the executive orders coming around, and geez, how dare they?
Yeah, no, I'm with Chris. I think the Eagles win.
I think the Chiefs win. I don't want them to, but I think they do. And
I know,
I think the
I'm with you
referees
there.
are going to, he's going to cry. Mahomes is going to, and then they're going to say, like, fucking penalty. And
Well, so
20 yards.
If the Chiefs do win, those will be what, 3 in a row?
Yeah, the first time ever, three-peat.
yeah.
Because they've won. They've went to the Super Bowl, I think, like the last 3 out of 4 years.
Would this be
And
their
they-
fourth? I think this is am I wrong?
Fourth in a row.
Not
But
fourth in a row.
they've won the last 2 in a row. I know that. And so
Haven't they
there
won
was right
3?
after that, you had Mahomes at the parade, the victory parade, going, we're going to go back next year. We're going to have the three-peat. We're going to win. You mark my words. And right there, I should have bet on the Chiefs just instantaneously.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. He's setting up the narrative. And
Yeah, the NFL needs it. They like that. You know what I'm saying? They need that. This is our super team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Why?
Because it always it's. I don't know why. I don't want to say I know why, but every thing does it. Like the Lakers are that golden boy of the NBA. It doesn't matter how fucking garbage
dude,
they are.
it's about stats and it's about
Yeah.
breaking records.
And
Fans love that shit, and
Yeah.
they buy your merch based on that.
Yeah, I mean, like Mahomes winning this year is going his cards and his autographs and all that stuff that they promote are going to be fucking outrageous, as if they're not already. And so, but it would be to be fair, the most the fastest, not that you give a shit, but the fastest growing card right now is Jaden Daniels. His card is insane, bro. So it's not necessarily that you have to win in order for those prices to go up, but they want those values to go up as a whole.
Yeah.
Either way, though, there's that.
Either way,
There's
so yeah,
that.
there's a lot going on in the news, dude. There's a lot going on in the news.
I got to be honest, it's hard to keep up. It's a little hard to keep up.
It is.
There's a lot of shit getting done, a lot of shit happening.
Yeah.
I do got to preface this. If you are not on our Patreon, get on our Patreon because we discussed the whole Project Stargate involvement. There was a massive kind of conversation about that.
Yeah.
Got a little spicy. We also talked about some other things too. So if you
Absolutely.
do want to support the show, it's $5 a month. Just go over to Patreon, Pardon My American,
Absolutely.
and you join the family, dude. There's a lot of freaking awesome people there that you get to know. And yeah, we have like side Telegram channels. They have their own after show. Like it's
cool.
an awesome deal. So
And I believe, if I'm not wrong, this is Zoom party this week.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Zoom
this
party.
Friday.
So yeah, go head over. You guys get to get on, video and actually chat with everybody. It's a big group chat kind of thing. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
So thank you for pointing that out, Greg. What a guy.
hell yeah, bro.
What a guy. So what is it about the news? For me, it's the deportation stuff. That's what I've been riding on. And Dr. Phil, I don't know if you saw that.
He went on a raid. Didn't
Yeah, but he had asked about it.
Dr. Phil went on a raid.
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah. So what's the dude's name?
Dr. Phil.
No. The head of.
Homan.
Homan.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I'm brain farting. But anyways, he was talking to Dr. Phil, and on a show or some on his podcast, maybe it was one of those things, and he's like, "Hey, listen, I would love to go on a raid with you or go out with you and film this happening so that people can see what's really going on, and they aren't going to use it as like a look at what they're doing to these immigrants and they're abusing them." And so he did. He went on. He went on.
Homan, yeah.
He went on
Tom
a couple. And the one that that was circulating was this. I think he was from the Philippines, which was interesting. But he was a child predator. And so they didn't know that till later. And he's like, "Have you ever been arrested?" And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And he's like, "You ever been deported?" Dr. Phil's saying this, and the guy's like, "No, man, no." And what's his name? Homan, whatever.
Homan. Yeah.
He was like, "Actually, this man's a child predator. He's been charged with, indecency with children, blah, blah, blah." And Dr. Phil's like, "Really? Dr. Phil?
Really? You're killing me.
So you've been messing with kids."
Dude, this is actually hilarious. I just found a video of it,
Yeah.
and they're blurring everybody's face out except for Dr. Phil and the Predator.
Oh, the one I saw actually had Dr. Phil's face blurred for the first part of the video, which was weird. Because I'm like, you all know it's Dr. Phil. You know what I mean?
Well, so they're trying to blur everybody around Dr. Phil. You know what I mean? And so, but
I see.
the Predator looks like, what is
Marshawn
this?
Lynch, dude.
He's yes, exactly.
He kind of does.
Marshawn Lynch from Thailand.
He's a Filipino Marshawn Lynch, bro.
Yeah.
He's Marchong Lynch.
Marchong Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch.
I love it.
Marchong Lynch. Yeah.
Oh God.
The dude, yeah, listen, man, I think this is a good thing because remember what we talked about. The one thing that's going to be hard for this administration is the videos that are coming out. Yeah, that's Marshawn, bro.
Spitting image of Marchong Lynch.
Dude,
right there.
dude, somebody throw some Skittles. We need to edit some Skittles in this guy. Like put some Skittles in his pocket or shake some Skittles. That would.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm all about that action, boss.
Dude, it's fucking.
That's what he's
brilliant.
saying to Dr. Phil right now.
You can't get any like for a different ethnicity as a whole. You can't get a closer looking person. You can't. It's impossible for being a
I
totally
wonder
different.
if anybody's
ethnicity.
made a meme yet because
I don't know.
I mean that's a poor look for Marshawn because to compare him to a child predator.
That's true. That is true. But
Might not
listen,
wanna do that.
I like this, man. I think this is a good thing because the optics of this whole thing is what we thought was going to be the challenge. Is that
Do you
people,
think it's set up though? I mean, it's a little too like, oh, the one that we choose to take Dr. Phil on happens to be a pedo. And
no,
like,
No,
oh,
I don't think it just happened to be. I think a lot of the ones they're going after right now are the exact people.
I mean,
That Tom Homan guy came out and said the first couple rounds of this happening are all going to be the worst ones. They've tracked down like the worst of the worst, and they're getting them out first.
that makes me want to ask, okay, how long have you been tracking the worst ones, and how long have you been are you letting them do the worst things?
I would say they've been tracking him for a while, since way before he took office.
well,
So you're letting them diddle kids?
listen. So here's the problem, man. Is this is all in sanctuary cities, man. And so without the administration being in and actually doing these things, they knew that this was going on. They knew that this guy should not be in the country anymore, and this city's protecting him, right? So with Trump coming in, That seems to be
Gotta
what
do
the
it by
play
the
is.
law.
No, not by the law. They're saying like, okay, fuck your sanctuary shit. We're actually just going to do it, right? They couldn't do it under Biden, or they didn't want to do it.
Can they
under
do
Biden.
that though?
What do you mean?
I don't know it like because I've seen some stuff and I'm not like trying to like push back. I think
No,
that
it's
like
good. What is it?
Gavin was like saying we're gonna do as much as we can to push back against this whole whatever. We're still a sanctuary.
Yeah, fuck
state.
them all.
Yeah,
I
a
say
lot
fuck
of them
all.
are. A lot of them are saying they're not going to provide like information. They're not going to provide assistance, but they're just going in and kind of just taking care of shit themselves.
Yeah, I think that's the problem is that they don't need them. I mean, they obviously would like to have the assistance and the help and all the programs that they have and know people, but they're going to go in there without them. And so you're going to see is a lot of penalties and fines and money not going to cities that are there's even talk about jailing some of these people, which, you know, listen, it's the law. I mean, at least right now, this is the law of the land right now.
Yeah, you've seen all the videos going viral of like school teachers and like city officials saying they come in here, they come in my classroom and try to take a kid. They better look out.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
seen
they're
that.
like threatening ICE basically, and
But
saying
they better look out for what?
to basically harbor kids.
Yeah, and that was talked about by JD Vance. He said, like, I don't care if we have to go into a church. Like, if you're illegal, you're illegal. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And what the fuck are the teachers going to do? What are they going to
Well,
do?
dude, and that's you knew this is what we talked about. You know, you're going to see those viral videos coming up here soon, where you're going to have a crying child and a crying mother, and somebody's being ripped away from their mother, and
You
it's
know
going to
what?
be a big scene,
You
right?
know what? No one cares. I'm just being honest. Like, I think at this point,
Oh, there's going to be a big
well,
war, dude.
listen, Selena Gomez came out and had her crying video
Oh,
today,
yeah.
and then she immediately took it down because no one fucking cares. I'm sorry. The thing is like you're seeing the people. These people are actual like criminals. Now, there's a couple stories I've seen of a lighter criminal cases, which I would argue like, okay, you still should be deported. You're here illegally. There's one dude that I was just watching the interview. He has a wife and kids here. He's been here for 19 years. Why have you not tried to get citizenship? I don't fucking know. But he had a charge of trespassing. Right? Pretty minimal on the scale of like offenses. You know what I'm saying? He's otherwise seems
well,
like
I mean, you could argue everybody who's here illegally is a criminal.
that's true.
Right.
But I'm take that away because I agree with you 100%. But take that away. Like a trespassing is a pretty low scale crime compared to like domestic and all the other shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to do the process. I feel bad, dude. Hey, I'm sorry. You got wife and kids. They're young.
Yeah.
But go back and figure out what you got to do to get in. And I bet you if you do it
You
the
know
right
what it
way,
is?
they'll get you in here quicker.
It's like when you cheat and you like to get to the front of the line in Disneyland and you get caught and then they make you go to the back of the line.
There you go.
It's like, sorry, bro. I know it's a 3-hour line, but
Sucks. Yeah.
you got to go back.
Hey,
You got to
listen,
go back.
to your point, like, I want these really hardened criminals out of here. Everybody wants them out of here, and you're seeing that now. Where it gets funny is, and where people are complaining the most is like, well, they're hitting these criminals, but if they go into the house where the criminal's at, and there's other illegals there, regardless of the fact that they have a crime or not on their record, they're gone too. So now it's like they're almost doing it on purpose. Where I think it's kind of
Umbrella.
I think it's a little genius, right? Because they're actually kind of causing a divide in the community because they're saying, listen, bro, you're illegal with if I'm seen with you and you get caught, I go back. So fuck, I can't even hang out with you. People are like hiding out right now. Dude, just take care of business, bro. I don't understand. You're here for 19. We talked about this the other day. You're here for 19 years and you haven't even tried. There's one woman fucking bawling her eyes out because her husband got deported.
After 15 years.
He was here for 15 years. And she's like, we just started trying to. And I'm like, you just started trying. Trump gets in. You're like, we gotta get this going. Like, you should have did this 15 years ago. You should have did this
during the
12
Obama
years ago.
administration. Hello.
You could have, yes, under them, you could have got away with, or you could have got fast tracked in. I bet you.
Yeah.
So I just have no sympathy for it, man. I'm sorry. I feel bad for their kids, but that's the extent of it. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Dad's on vacation.
Well, and then the whole tariff war, you know what I mean? Because I am kind of worried about tariff wars. I don't like tariffs. I think that, they raise the prices on the consumer and all that stuff. But you can use them as a tactic, as Trump did. And I do like what he did with Colombia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say that I was asking you guys, like, what exactly happened? And you were, explain what happened.
Plane.
Yeah, so they're shipping planes full of deportees back to their home countries. They're like, once they gather them up, I assume they separate them into whatever country they're going to. And once the plane's full of that country, they send them down. and drop them off.
Yep.
Okay.
Here you go.
Expressway.
Well, and this time they were heading to Colombia, and when they got down there, the president of Colombia was like, "We're not taking these people back. Not gonna happen."
He was complaining that the conditions were not ideal. That's what his big complaint was. He was saying that the people on the plane weren't like it wasn't done in a humane way or some bullshit like that. Fuck it.
So he turned them away?
Yeah, he wouldn't let him land.
Wouldn't you be like, you poor human souls, come in and I'll give you blankets and food and shelter. Let's right this wrong.
Yeah, right.
But he came out tough guy. He kind of came out as a tough guy.
He tried to be a tough guy.
Yeah, he's like, we're not doing it. Take your planes back. Fuck you guys.
Right.
And then
And
immediately,
then so you had like influencers like TikTok people saying like, "Oh, you see,
yeah,
Trump, this isn't gonna work." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, there was a
Right?
couple of the major liberal influencers that were just like mocking Trump, like, see, this is why this will never work. No one actually wants this. Trump doesn't have as much power as he thinks he does, yada, yada, yada. And you watch the progression of these videos, and then ultimately Trump threatened with tariffs. He said,
Yeah,
listen, we're going to tariff the shit out of you.
yeah, he put out a statement. I'll see if I can find it.
But after he
Yeah,
did
I
that,
know it was like on like coffee. It was on.
it was all
It
goods.
was a big list of.
It was a
like-
huge list, but it was all goods from Colombia. That it was going to be 25%, then 50% after a certain amount of time.
Damn.
And some of these influencers had to make a video right afterwards saying, so it looks like the president of Colombia backed down, and he is now sending a personal plane. He's sending his personal plane to America to help us out, which is, I think,
Damn.
fucking hilarious, dude. I fucking love
Dude,
it.
well, so here's the deal. Is I think what happened was you had this video resurge of him holding a hand, the president of Colombia holding a hand with a transgender individual. And it turns out that like this individual, so it looks like he's holding a hand with a woman walking down the street, you know, but it turns out that that woman is a transgendered model, and the guy's married.
Oh, shit.
So everybody's like, "What you doing here, bro? Did
Hey,
you just
man.
get caught and like
Yeah.
they blackmailed your ass?"
So wife
and it
with a
didn't
sided
work?
dick, you know what I'm saying?
And I saved it in the bookmarks, Chris.
Yeah, what? Oh, the dick?
Well, hopefully not the dick, but the
Jeez.
if you scroll down, and there's a funny meme, but the first one is kind of like this collage
oh, yeah.
where it's from
Oh,
I meme, therefore I am,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
and it says married Colombian President Gustavo Petro was spotted with a trans woman, Linda Yepes or Yepes.
There
And
it
I
is.
don't know if we can understand the language there, but
Oh, yeah, they were.
if you go up to the next video, so that's his wife.
His
up
wife
there
looks
in the
like a
white.
man, dude. His wife looks like a man.
That one's his
Right.
wife? The one that's bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fucking Jose, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or something.
She's
So go up
she's
to the
bigger
next video,
than the
Chris.
sergeant that's right next to her, dude. Look at that. She's bigger than the fucking general guy that's
Yeah.
right next to her.
Right. So this is the video that was resurging, and there's articles like Daily Mail, New York Post. Everybody's talking about this. Like right as soon as this tariff deal goes through, or like gets canceled, this video of him with a tranny just pops up out of nowhere, and I'm like, dude, this is linked 100%. They
I
were
mean,
gonna.
listen,
They
it's-
blackmailed his ass, saying, "Hey, if you don't participate here," and then yeah, look at this.
Yeah, dude.
I saw. There's him
That's
with
where
the
she's
real.
been.
I know she's been.
See, Big Mike's been over there with the Colombian president.
Wow, dude.
We're looking at a meme, everybody.
But
on audio.
hasn't this been out before? Like, is this really blackmail if it's already been released at one point, anyways?
So I don't know, honestly. Like, it's just the whole thing is recirculating, and it's more of a. And like Trump put out a meme of himself saying like, "You fuck around and find out,"
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's fucking great, dude. I love this. The smiley
And so
face.
it's almost like they did this on purpose. They're like, "Hey, we got some shit on you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Batman, and I got some fucking shit on you." And honestly, I do think that Trump has been in the blackmail game for a long time, dude. If you look at Where Is My Roy Cohn and you watch that whole documentary, that guy was all about collecting dirt on individuals. Roy Cohn was a gay lawyer, taught Trump pretty much everything he knew. He was like Trump was like his protege. Trump bought this hotel, this famous hotel that was infamous for collecting blackmail on people because they had cameras in hotels. And then I remember watching like The Apprentice because like Adam Carolla was on there. And I was a big Adam Carolla fan. And Ivanka Trump was like staying in random hotels, and this is right when Aaron Andrews, reporter for the NFL, got caught on a camera. There was a secret camera inside of a hotel room spying on her.
No,
and
that's
got
not
her nude.
That's not what it was. That's not what it was. The camera was being filmed from the peephole of her door. Somebody was filming from the peephole of her door. There wasn't a hidden camera. The guy was filming from the peephole. I just want to clear it up. Yeah.
Okay. There was a camera recording this woman, Aaron Andrews, naked, and then Trump was talking about this, saying like, "You got to be careful of these hotels. There's cameras. You can, you always got to check the mirrors, check the bathrooms, never get undressed in there. You got to know what you're doing. I tell Ivanka all the time."
Yeah.
And so he's like aware of this.
Sure.
And I was like watching this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Secret cameras in hotel rooms? Like, really?
Dude, there's a lot.
Because this was years ago, like before I was aware of all this shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair to him, he owns a lot of hotels, and I guarantee that people have hidden cameras in there and then left, and then people that work for him have found them, and he's probably had to deal with that numerous times with the amount of hotels that he has. But nonetheless,
nonetheless, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the game, and that's why, you've seen clips of the mob talking about how they couldn't get at Trump. It's because he had blackmail on their ass. I bet you he's been collecting blackmail for a long time, dude. He's been in this game.
I think so, to some extent. I mean, listen, he's been around a lot of celebrities. He seemingly has not been in trouble, right? Like,
doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's around, but he's not involved. And is seemingly involved in all this stuff. So he's kind of observing as more. I'd say more than blackmail. He's an observer of everyone, right? So he's not a dumb guy. He's got the juice on him. Yeah, you remember that one time I saw you with, what was that girl's name? I thought you were married at the time. And the guy's like, well, you remember that?
I mean, Trump was dancing with Jeffrey Epstein, so that's not a good look.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know. Like, maybe he was there collecting dirt on him. I don't know.
The only reason I've always had trouble with that is the same thing we talked about with the Epstein Island shit, was that, like, when you are in Hollywood, I'm not saying they all do. They don't. But you go to parties. You're part of the Hollywood, right? You're a celebrity now. You go to these things. You're dancing with people. You're hanging out with people. You don't know all the dirt. You know how many people have photos with Diddy that aren't involved with anything Diddy did? There's a swarm of people. That doesn't mean they're guilty. It means
they're all guilty.
They're all fucking guilty. All of them. Predators. Fucking pedophiles, predators. Fucking frogs again. But put that back up real quick. We found that sanctions and stuff that he put on.
There was a whole list of shit.
25% tariffs on all goods coming to the United States. In 1 week, the 25% tariffs will be raised to 50%. So you get a 1 week pass here, and then we move it up. Travel ban, immediate visa, what's it say? Revocations on the Colombian government officials and all allies and supporters. Visa sanctions on all party members, family members, supporters. Enhanced custom and border protection inspections of all Colombian nationals and cargo of national security grounds. IEEPA, treasury, banking, and financial sanctions to be fully imposed. These measures are just the beginning. It's just like, listen, that shit works. I know you don't love tariffs, but the truth is like, if it may not be as impactful to a Russia or China, right? Because they have other means of money and other sales. But Colombia, I would argue they don't want to lose anything that's coming in. Like, they don't want to lose anything. So I think it's good.
I don't want to say start small first, because I don't want to make like Colombia seem small, but I mean, compared to China and Russia,
I'm just saying comparatively, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the GDP of the country and everything is not nearly as expansive as the major countries. But I'm cool with it, man. I think this is what he does. His negotiation that's all part of it. You know what I mean? And the guy backed down with, I think they said it was actually 7 minutes of claiming. I know.
7 minutes?
I just heard
7 minutes.
within the hour it was.
Are you sure it wasn't 17 minutes there, Dave?
Ooh, maybe.
Hey, man. It could be 16 minutes and 57 seconds. I have no idea, but it was relatively quick. So
I just think they need to pick up the pace, honestly. For me,
dude, they're going pretty fast,
dude.
Honestly.
I can't, dude. Like the first couple days, within the first 2 days, there was like they had rounded up like 800 and something people. I'm like, nationwide, that's fucking a drop in the hat, dude. That's nothing.
Yeah, well, they need an event to happen still, Chris. Okay, you can't wipe them all out.
Well, here's the other thing too. I want to kind of throw this into the mix, because what we're not talking about is the amount of people that left. And a
lot of people that did leave. There were people self-deporting.
Willingly, voluntarily.
Yes.
Yeah, there in Southern California, I did see a bunch of videos where there was traffic jams leaving the country.
It was in Texas as well, where there were the actual going into Mexico was insane. And people were just saying, like, listen, I don't want to get my door kicked down. I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm going to go back and try to handle it there before I get caught. And so
it's like turning yourself in when you have a warrant, you know?
Yeah. And you know, first, let's say you are.
Well, and if you leave on your own terms, you get to keep your shit.
True that. Yeah. And also, listen, I think if you
and not be arrested.
Yeah. If you're like a good person, like legitimately, let's say you came here and you didn't do it the right way. We all know that's illegal. You shouldn't do that. But let's say you're actually a decent human being. You're trying to get a better life. For whatever reason, you haven't done it. You going back on your own accord and trying to go that route is going to look better for you coming back in. Like, you weren't deported. They didn't have to go hunt you down. You're like, hey, I actually went back. I want to get a citizenship, and I got family there. And I guarantee that they'll have some kind of a heart to that. They want these people gone because they're criminals, man.
Well, you'd think that would have happened right when Trump won, you know what I mean, and was being inaugurated. Like, as soon as you saw him, I guess, not put his hand on the Bible and raise his right hand, you'd be like, oh, shit, I got to go back to Mexico now because he's going to kick my ass out. Right?
Yeah, that's probably true. But at the same time, like, you never know, right? Like, maybe he wouldn't actually start this. Maybe that was a big facade that he was putting on. I think the minute that he started signing the documents and people were literally on TikTok, I was up very late that particular night, and people were like, guys, they said it's going to start in 2 days. It's starting tonight. You guys got it. And it's like 11, 12 o'clock at night. And I'm like, holy shit, these people are freaking the fuck out, dude. And they're like, Houston area, they're going out tonight. Your doors will be kicked in, blah, blah. And I'm like,
that and they decided they were going to offer anyone who was to give location, like relevance and evidence to where a bunch of illegals are, they would get like a $750 reward.
Hell yeah, dude.
Whoa.
And I seen multiple videos where there was one video where like she was like, I ratted out the whole fucking apartment complex. They're all fucking illegal here.
Yeah, I mean, as long as that's like illegal stuff, that's fine. But if that like turns into like, hey, tell me where they're at, that's like some Gestapo shit. I got like some weird vibes from that. You know what I mean?
Dude, fuck it. They have rewards for turning people in. You know what I mean? What's the difference?
Exactly, yeah. As long as it's illegal, that's totally fine.
Did you see the teacher in Fort Worth? He's under. He might actually have been fired. I'm not real sure, but there was a teacher in Fort Worth, and he made a post saying, "You guys should hit up my high school that I work at. There's tons of illegal kids here. They can't read. They can't fucking speak English. If you guys want a payload, come to my high school." And I think the high school, I think they fired him. I think they let him go or put him on a leave.
Well, yeah.
But
at least he got a $10,000 reward from the Trump campaign.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if he got anything. But I'm like, damn, it is a little. I don't think you need to go that far.
What do you think about Trump going after the cartel now? I heard something about how
I
he's
think it's long overdue.
I heard there was some gunfight today on the border with the cartel.
That's what they're saying.
I didn't hear any like specifics. I just heard like there was gunshots and some officers were wounded.
Yeah, cartel shot at the U.S. Border Patrol. It just now is known as, so this is the area, it's known as Cartel Island. I mean, you definitely don't want to go there, bro. What's worse, Jeffrey Epstein's Island or Cartel Island?
Well, you're getting killed either way, so.
Well, yeah, one of them's like a ritualistic kind of graping of the butthole. And then another one is, yeah, you might get the Mexican bow tie, if you know what I'm saying.
The Mexican bow tie.
So what does that mean? Does that mean is there going to end up being kind of a declaration of war against the cartels since they were just recognized as terrorist organizations? And
so that's another thing too, is like you got to look at, is this an FF? You know what I'm saying? Like a bogus banner, whatever the hell we want to call it.
I don't know.
Because look, you had one day you had Trump say that they're a terrorist organization, which I mean clearly, I mean come on, they have been and they should have been labeled this for a while,
a long time ago.
And then like within the week or within a couple days, you have just like, it seems very convenient that the U.S. Border Patrol was shot at by a cartel. You know what I mean? Like the cartel's been in this game for a while. They wouldn't just all of a sudden shoot at a U.S. Border Patrol, like because they know the rules of the game, bro, right?
Yeah.
Like, why all of a sudden would they just fucking pop off? You know, that makes no sense.
Hey, Mr. George, where'd you get the new guy?
Right.
I don't know if it doesn't make sense. I gotta be honest with you. I feel like
it's weird, dude.
I mean, he's costing the cartels a lot of money right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to do like a warning shot and saying, hey, you need to fucking let us through here. We got big money coming through this border.
I mean, the cartel situation, I think is like, I don't know why we haven't really, if you're talking about us going to other places and trying to fight these wars in other countries and shit, the cartel has been, I think, an issue for Mexico from what little I know.
The United States too.
That's what I'm saying. And for the United States. Like we've had issues with drug issues and fentanyl issues and all that stuff and the smuggling and everything. Yeah. And so I just don't know why that hasn't, we've hadn't put more effort into that. Now that would be saying, does the Mexican government want it? Are they not involved themselves in a lot of aspects? I think some of them are. Most of them are.
It's our intelligence agencies who want the cartel around.
Oh, I believe
like
that.
Who benefits
they use them big
from the cartel, right? Yeah. Like the FBI has a permanent enemy to go after.
Yeah.
Same thing with the CIA. So it's like you have this border patrol enforcement. Hey, we got to keep you down at the border. There's those cartels, those pesky cartels. You know, we can't really can't really do anything about them. We just got to like battle them off.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like the perpetual enemy calls for the development of these governmental like kind of infrastructures.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a comment from Tony and Maribel Barbecue. That sounds, I don't know. I want barbecue right now.
Ooh, tango.
He says, I'm in California and no one is worried about it. I am Mexican. And I would say that's true here. I work with a lot of Hispanic people. They're great and they're not that concerned with it. And I think most of that's coming from, I'm guessing, you know, just from
concerned with what, like being targeted?
Well, just the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we were just talking about how people were making videos like panicking that the raids are coming and da da da. Yeah.
Well, if they're illegal, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. No one that I work with is concerned, and I'm sure that has to do with probably with that they're, you know, established and they're citizens at this point. If not, they're on their process of getting to that point. I work with a younger guy who's you know, got his like work visa, and he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't heard him say anything or like, man, I'm a little concerned. And we've talked about politics before, so there's nothing. I don't think the majority of people are. I think if you get past the kind of the narrative that you're seeing and the people talking about it, like they're just going to start kicking down every brown person's door is going down. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what's going to happen. There's no way to do that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to do that. So if you're a criminal and you got a record, you get pulled over, they may ask, you know what I'm saying? And if you're a criminal, you might get deported. You know what I mean? And if you're with them, you may get deported. So I don't think it's I don't think it's as panicky as even us talking about it. I don't think it's that big of a deal for most people. To Chris's point, they've only deported so many people.
Yeah.
It's not like there's already 100,000 people getting rounded up. That's never been what it's about. The idea is we're no longer going to ignore it. And I think that's the most important thing. If you're a criminal, it doesn't matter where you're from. And if you actually watch these videos of them going to arrest these people, it's not just Hispanic people. Like we're talking every nationality. You know what I'm saying? I've seen
No, they just sent a whole plan of Colombians back.
I'm about to say it's not just Colombians.
That Thailand. I mean, Marchong Lynch, dude.
Yeah, Marchong Lynch, dude. Marchong Lynch is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real one, dude. So yeah, no, I agree. I agree that I don't think that the panic is all there. I think if you are probably worried about it, it's for due reason. Like you're like shit, you know, like the jig is up. You know what I mean? If
you're of any kind of descent and you're really worried about it, then you probably have a reason to worry about it.
Yeah, that's probably.
I mean,
true.
otherwise, if you have nothing to worry about, then you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, regardless, going back to if you're illegal, you have something to worry about. If you're not illegal, nothing to worry about.
Try to take care of.
And then with this cartel stuff, like I feel like they are creating this event, even though they don't really need to create the event because the events are there. It's just funny how you don't like just call out the actual events of the cartel, like smuggling humans and drugs and all this shit in. You have to create this. Oh, we were shot at. You know what I mean? Like, it seems very contrived and like, oh, we're using this as an excuse. We sent in the military. The military was sent in.
Yep. Right.
Stopped it immediately. No one was injured.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like putting this thought process in everybody's mind of, oh, the cartel's back. They're shooting at us. We got to keep this on guard here. If something bad happens, we know what to do next, which is, what do we do? Do we invade Mexico?
No.
I don't think we should invade Mexico, but it would be nice to
it's
have
perfectly easy to think that they'd be able to go in and pinpoint targets just like they would anywhere else.
Or do you have Trump putting more pressure on the Mexican government saying, hey, you better work with us casting this cartel group out.
I don't think they will, man. I really don't, because there was something, I can't remember a video that I saw where it's just the female that runs the president. She's a female, if I'm not mistaken, right? And she had mentioned something. I wish I could remember this specific quote, but she was talking about the cartel, and she said like something like "we" instead of like "they." You know what I mean? So like almost insinuating
like they're part of it.
like she may, you know what I mean, linked a little bit, or at least protecting in some aspect. And that,
Well,
if
dude,
you,
it's probably, if you think about it, like it's like the mob. You know what I mean? If you tell on us, we'll mess with your family type of shit. So like,
yeah, I'm sure.
if you have anybody that you love, you got to do business with the cartel because they'll go after your family.
Yeah, but listen, at some point, dude, you have to buck
we
that
talked about
trend,
this.
right? So like the issue is, and it has been for years and years, if you watch any documentary over the past like 10 years, and there's been some really good ones where people go down and visit ex-military, going down and try to figure out what's going on. You can't trust anybody. Like, you have no idea. The police chiefs and all the way up to the president, you don't know who's bought in and who's not bought in. And so getting them to support it, I think the best thing you could do, for me, just being stupid, is seal the border up significantly, right? Like sending troops down, I think that's how we should be using our troops. Send them to the border, lock that place up, make it impossible for penetration. What that does is that may force the cartel to not be able to do their business in the United States to the same degree, which may put more pressure into Mexico, right? Because they're going to have to do business still. It may get more violent in Mexico, and maybe that gets to that tipping point where people start to be like, holy shit, it's getting worse because the border, it's not in America and Mexico, it's just Mexico. Maybe that's what people need. I don't want to see people die, but I'm just saying, like,
I agree. Like, the first thing that I would do is defend our own land.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that is like, let's secure the fucking border, please. And then, like, if there is any, because it just makes me think, once you secure that route, they're going to be looking for alternate routes. Like, I don't know why I switched it up there, route and route.
Yeah.
I like it though.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes me sound smart,
Not bad.
but also kind of dumb.
A little bit.
So maybe like boats, water.
You're going to have
air.
to watch it all. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Tunnels.
the ports are going to be a big entryway now, especially if the southern border is closed. Like you said, they're going to be looking for other ways, and ports and cargo ships and all that kind of shit are the second best fucking thing.
The containers. Did you guys see that whole LA help sign drama that's happening right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
They found the person that did that, I thought.
Jose. His name was Jose. He was a
was
homeless
it?
guy.
Yeah,
apparently.
he's a tweaky looking dude. Very.
Did he actually
there-
need help, or is he just?
Have we
fucking
seen
tweaking
pictures
out?
of it? I
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
haven't
pictures
seen
of
I
Jose.
saw a picture, and they said this is the man with the help sign, and he was like wearing a black coat, and his boots are disheveled, and he's just standing there like it wasn't
Right.
I don't know if it's real.
Well, because
I'm
so
just
what
saying that's
happened?
it was.
Somebody was like sleuthing on Google Earth, as people always do, and they found a bunch of like configured logs and debris shaped in the words of help,
Yeah.
and it said like trafficking, and it said like corrupt LAPD and all this shit, right? All in this like, I don't know, 100-yard
Yeah, it was like a
parameter.
really tiny corner of like this construction lot or something.
Right. And so it started gaining steam, and then people went online and like kind of saw this location. People were putting in the coordinates. So people went down there, and then they saw that like it was a homeless encampment. And this one dude like talked to this woman, goes, "Hey, we are concerned about you guys. What's going on down here? We saw that there was a bunch of help signs configured with the debris. What's up?" And this woman's like, "Oh yeah, that guy's name's Jose. His name's Jose. He does it all the time.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that was a woman.
He does it all the time.
He's just
Damn
crazy."
it, Jose.
Can you imagine if you were in Portland and you just took every help sign as like you see a little tent that says help, and you're like, oh shit, what is this about? Like, we need to do something. It's like, no, they're fucking crazy, dude, actually.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, how easy would it be to go pay a homeless man to like configure all of these logs and debris, like rubber and all that shit, to make a big help sign, so that like somebody who was in on it could be like, "Oh my god, you guys, look at these help signs down in LA. What is going on? There's trafficking." And then it's right next to this whole shipping container yard, which makes it even more conspiracy, you know?
But you know what? At the same time, like if you're looking at shit like that and finding help signs on Google Earth, that shit isn't updated every day.
Exactly.
Like it's been like in front of my house, the picture on Google Earth is like over a year old.
Oh, dude, they're
Right.
I looked
Same
at my
with mine.
old house and it was before we moved in. My old house, dude. Like, I was, yeah, look at that shit. I'm like, damn, that was like when it was still for
So
sale.
can you imagine, like, oh my God, there's something going on down here. We need to figure out what's going on. And then you go down there, and the people are probably long fucking gone. Whoever did it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing is like, if you're believing what you see on Google Earth, just stop. Because like they plant shit all the time. Like the Bigfoots, the fucking, stupid shit that like people are like pulling down their pants because they see the car coming by and taking pictures. So it's like, hello. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this whole story is a big, the fog vid.
Yeah.
I feel like this is fog vid 2.0, bro.
Dude,
we
I
did
had
see
no
the other story or
interest in
something
it.
about the containers and shit that happened today, right?
What's
Apparently,
that?
There was some big smuggling operation that was uncovered that they have been investigating over the last like 8 months or whatever it was, and it was like $200 million worth of Chinese knockoff smuggling operation shit coming through the port.
Yeah, I just bookmarked it. Feds uncovered $200 million smuggling operation tied to China.
Yeah.
And that's at the ports of L.A. Evergreen. Chris, pull it up, dude. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
You guys. Evergreen containers, dude. Look at it.
Clinton, dude. It's fucking Clinton, dude.
Oh. I thought you were just going to show the tweet. The tweet actually shows the picture. Look,
yeah.
see? Evergreen everywhere.
Yeah, man.
You know.
But yeah, that happened today too.
Yeah, that stuff like I'm glad that stuff will happen though.
So what does that mean? Like, it's a $200 million smuggling operation. So how many people?
9.
They arrested 8 people.
That was 9. Oh,
Feds
8.
arrested-
Well,
Go
they
down
arrested
real
8,
quick.
but
Go down real
what
quick.
were they
Just-
smuggling?
It says right here on the headline. If you keep scrolling down, 9 charged in 15 count indictments.
Okay, let's see. Can you read what they were smuggling?
What we know.
They seized $130 million in contraband, and the organization is believed to have smuggled at least $200 million worth of goods through the scheme. Just Chinese.
Okay, so this isn't
goods.
human trafficking.
No, I don't
Not
think so.
not as far as this bust goes.
Okay, so this was a scheme involving logistics companies, warehouse
here.
owners, and
It's-
corrupt truck drivers.
It says the defendants and their partners in China filled shipping containers with contraband, including counterfeit goods and illegal chemicals. Ooh, chemicals.
Oh.
Wonder what kind of
See,
chemicals
dude,
are.
like the ports are fucking sketchy.
They are sketchy.
Yeah.
And I've talked to some ports guys like around here a while back, and they're like, "Yeah, the checks are minuscule."
Yeah, there should be more money being put into that because that is a huge entry point, and they
Yes.
just they
On
have
both sides, east and west.
Well, and they don't invest at all. Like, I mean, X-ray machines to see what's in the containers, they do nothing. Like, it's so old school still, which is wild.
Right.
But like, of
Well, it's
course,
because the
California.
longshoremen, like, isn't there longshoremen all over this United States?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, that's like a big union, bro. And it's,
I know, but like, listen, I have my deal with the longshoremen. Like, I'm not saying they're all bad. They're not all bad. We have some friends that are longshoremen, but I'm saying as an organization, But regardless,
Yeah.
wouldn't you want more jobs, right? Like, wouldn't that create more jobs, get you more longshoremen, make your union stronger if that's what you're wanting? Like, I don't really understand what the negative to having more security and more like a more secure location. It doesn't make sense to me at all, especially like Houston, Los Angeles, New York, Florida. Like, there's huge ports, man. There's huge ports. You can't like pick the 5 most, most profitable ports, the most like that stuff's coming in, like, and make those invest $100 million, a couple $100 billion, or whatever it is you want to do to make those a little bit better. Like, can't do it. We can send it over to Ukraine, but we can't do it on the ports, huh?
Yeah, you'd think you'd want even scanning the ships before they even enter the port.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, honestly, I don't know that much about it. So maybe they have buffed up their security, but from all accounts that I can tell, no. Like, there's literally, you could ship whatever the fuck you want, and it doesn't have to be 100% inspected, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm talking about open up every cargo container. Let's walk through with flashlights, make sure we're looking at what it says it is. Because that would take a long ass time, right?
It would take a long time. But you could do X-ray scanning on all those. You wouldn't have
Yeah,
to physically
but that
open
wouldn't
every
really
one.
tell you what's in it. Like a chemical wouldn't show up on an X-ray. Like if it was a big vat of acid, it would just show up as a
but
big bucket.
you would have some kind of ledger saying what it's supposed to be.
Right, but you could say it's a big vat of honey and it's a big vat of TNT.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But how many of those are coming through that say, "Oh, we're just shipping flour," or "We're shipping fucking electronic parts," and it's full of people.
I don't know.
Man, that's dumb shit. Like, listen, when you're on eBay and you buy something from Canada or even from like you name a country, right? When you have to go through the whole system and it goes through you, a lot of times they'll open your package up. They'll tell you like we may open your package in customs that we may open your package to see what's in it. So you can do that on my fucking eBay baseball card, but you can't do that for a shipping container with thousands of gallons of shit.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
how hard is it to pop a shipping container? Oh, you got chemicals. Oh, it says that it's this chemical. Why don't we just open the door, little test strip? Oh, yep, that's exactly what it is. Thank you, sir. We'll move you right along. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is no fucking process. And there's probably children in there and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
Well, I don't want to say there's no process because there probably is.
There is a process.
It's very
They
limited,
probably
though.
pick a handful. It's like what the fuck's it
like
called?
a lottery.
No, there's a statistical name for
Eeny,
it.
meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah.
Catch the chemical
But, like,
by the toe. You know what I'm saying?
However many shipping containers there are, you take a subsample of it and you use that as a statistically significant whatever to say this is representative of the entire ship. The 5 out of 100 that I've sampled are clean. We're gonna assume that the rest are clean.
That's I get the theory of it, but like when you're talking about something like this and you know the issues that are coming with it, like that may not be the best system.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially if you can pay people to randomly sample, quote unquote, the ones that you don't want them to. You know.
Yeah, and especially since, like we were just talking, with the closing of the southern border, all that shit's gonna make its way in somewhere else now. So you're gonna have to keep an eye on it more.
I think if we can close that southern border, that's a huge win, right? Because the amount that's coming in through the ports and stuff, that kind of, it's obviously a lot in the grand scheme of things. It's a lot, but the border is where we're seeing a lot of this shit really popping. You know what I'm saying? Like just the amount of people that go back and forth, the amount of traffic and stuff, and if we can seal that up, we can then start focusing on the other areas. But I think that the actual border is where we need to put all of our effort into right now. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think Trump, what would be nice is, especially if we get back to where the economy's good, we start seeing money come in, like we should be investing more into the ports, safety wise, getting people to work in the ports. I mean, it's good paying jobs. We know that it's a good paying job and it's crucial, man. Like if we want to export and import, like that it's crucial. So why are we not putting more money into it?
Yeah.
That's true, especially if most of our government income is going to be based on tariffs and imports and exports now.
Yeah. Well, how are you
The
supposed
government
to?
income?
Yeah, I mean that's where he's leaning. He's hinting again about getting rid of all income tax and all that shit again, and just basing everything off the exports and imports of our country.
We would still have a federal tax though, right? Because like income tax, Washington State, Texas, they don't have income tax. There's 9 states out of
No, I'm thinking he's
50.
getting rid of all federal income tax.
He had talked about it. I don't know if he will or not.
I think he's.
But there's still going to be state income tax though, right?
Well, state.
Well,
tax.
yeah, that's up to state. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that the federal is going to be that. I could see it happening eventually, but you have to have a lot of things like actually work, and they could, but it's just they have to actually work. And you have to see some like actual money coming in and make sure that it works. I think it's going to take years.
Well, it's already been proven that it worked.
I know.
All the way up
But
until
you got to pay off all the
1913.
debt, bro. Like we have too much debt. Like we didn't have this much debt back when we were doing tariffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is that.
That's because we didn't need the debt.
Well,
I'm just saying that there's
we have it now.
It's good to set the goal for that, and I think it's an achievable goal. I just think it's going to take a long time to get there, and a long time I mean years, not like decades or centuries or anything. I'm just saying like
I don't think it'll be that long.
I don't think it's in president.
I think it'll.
it's not
I
gonna
think
be in his
it'll.
term.
I think it'll be during his term.
But I'll bet you a Snicker bar on that one.
A Snicker bar
Oh,
that
for
he
sure.
gets rid of income tax.
100%. Not even. I'll bet you 10 Snicker bars. It's not going to happen.
I'll take that deal.
Yeah.
10 Snicker bars.
Yeah, you're going to have 10 Snicker bars on the
10 Snicker bars. I bet he does it before he's out of office. That we don't have.
I think it's a fair bet, dude. It's like what, $15?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's good. And who doesn't like Snickers? I'll change the
Well,
candy.
that's
With
they're
Reese's?
they're probably like $5 a bar now.
Yeah, no shit. Hopefully the economy gets good, because I'm gonna be fucked
Yeah.
if it's like $10 a bar. I'm like, damn it,
$50
bro.
worth of fucking Snickers.
shit.
I'm gonna have to negotiate with him. Like, I'm gonna tear you fucking man. If you don't, I can't do this. The inflation, man. What are we doing? I like that.
I bet he does.
so-
I bet he does.
The last thing I wanted to bring up just real quick, because there's not a lot to bring up because it hasn't happened yet.
Obama's divorcing.
The JFK files.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
and
those are being released on February 7th.
yeah. What about the
So-
And the 7th at 7.
what?
That's not actual. That's not real.
February 7th.
Well, yeah. So what happened was Trump signed an executive order, I believe, on the 23rd, saying, "Hey, yes, you have 15 days." So there's there's some language in the executive order where it has to go to there's two people, and I don't remember, but what's her name? Storm, who's coming in?
Oh,
Tulsi Gabbard?
Tulsi Gabbard, yeah.
She's going to be one of these positions.
She's on the intelligence. She's the intelligence person.
DNI or something.
Yeah.
Well, so those two people have to look at it for 15 days and then report the findings to the public. But what happened is right now you have Merrick Garland. So I think the Attorney General must be one of them, because the Attorney General at the moment is Merrick Garland, who is going to edit the fuck out of that shit or redact the fuck out of it, right? And so that's why they were saying, I wish Trump would have waited until the new Attorney General was appointed. Or was Pam Bondi?
She was.
I don't know.
I don't know if she actually got pushed through or not yet.
Hex, that's the only one I think that's got fully pushed through.
But there's no reason, even if Merrick Garland did go in and fucking mark that fucking bitch up, there's no
Mark
reason.
that bitch up, dude.
I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't go back and re-release it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the way that he worded it, it's not supposed to be redacted at all. So I don't know. I feel like you go to prison for that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think Trump wouldn't be playing games like, oh, you fucking what? Right before we did this, like,
Yeah.
Merrick, you already.
And it
deserve to
wasn't
be in
just
jail, you know?
JFK either. It was
Martin Luther King.
JFK, RFK, and MLK.
Yeah, the Martin Luther King one is.
I bookmarked it,
interesting.
Chris. I just want to make sure this is right here. So this is the JFK files will pass through the hands of multiple government officials for 15 days before we ever get to see them. One of them being Merrick Garland, who shares loyalty to the country, Israel. Oh boy. Yeah. But hey, there's also the National Security Affairs and the Counsel to the President, right?
I don't think they're supposed to edit it though. My understanding is they're just going to be
redacted, not edit.
Well, redacted. That's what I meant. I don't know that they're redacting anything. I think that they were supposed to just read it, observe it, and give their like paper of what they think it means. Am I wrong on that? That it wasn't a matter of like redacting paperwork. It was a matter of like going through this 15 days of like understanding what it all says and coming up with a conclusion.
I think that it says it right here, declassification and disclosure. This is part of the executive order. Within 15 days of the date of this order, the Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General shall, in coordination with the Assistant to the President of National Security Affairs and Counsel of the President, present a plan to the President for the full and complete release of records relating to the assassination of John F. Kennedy. So they're going to present a plan, which could be, I want to release the full thing, but here's what you shouldn't release. Here's my plan, and here's my plan with, you know what I mean? Like, they could do anything.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm trying to say is Garland, just temporary. He's one of them. You know what I'm saying? Right.
So
like,
why even send it to them? Just say the full release is everything, non-redacted.
I have no idea.
Right? That's my thing, is like, why even just put non-redacted?
I don't know what the normal process is for any of this shit. I have no idea. So like, I don't know if that's a historic thing that they do. That's just the way they do it. But listen, I think we all want it. I think President Trump knows that the people want it. I don't really see them going like, maybe, but I don't really see them going like full redactions and you get this like 2-paragraph thing out of fucking 900 pages. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I hope not, dude.
I hope not too, man.
And that guy mentioned Israel. I honestly think that we might find Israel connected to this somehow. because there's going to be a shift. Like I've been calling this whole thing like about a shift in the energy towards Israel. I'm already seeing it on X. Like there's a bunch of people, like the anti-Jew movement is very strong right now on X. And it's like, what are they building this towards? Are they trying to prepare us to not like Israel for some reason?
But why would it be involved with the whole JFK thing? There hasn't been any evidence, as far as I'm aware of, that would point to Israel being involved in it at all.
Well, you got to look at what JFK was trying to do before he died. And one of those things was to appoint AIPAC as like a foreign nation. Like they had to register as a foreign nation to donate to elections and stuff. And that didn't happen, right? He put pressure on them to designate themselves as a foreign entity. And then also there was something about nuclear energy, nuclear powers. He didn't want them to have that. And then, right?
Yeah, but we got to be careful not to cherry pick, because the truth is like he was doing a lot of stuff to a lot of groups and saying a lot of shit that you could say all rub people wrong, right? He wanted to get rid of the FBI, get rid of the CIA. Like, I mean, we're talking about significant power, not just Israel, but inside our own country that he was trying to dismantle in a lot of ways. So like, just saying, well, I mean, it is true. Like from what I've read, as you're saying, that is a true thing. But like, we can't just say like there are so many aspects, like you know what I mean, so many aspects that people would be pissed off at him. You know, I just don't want to like jump on like.
Yeah, I know, but like those are two very specific. I don't want to say they're cherry picked because they do have a lot of significance, because Israel had a lot of power and still does, right? So when you have that much power behind the cherry picking, I guess there is a lot more pressure coming from those two cherry picked ideas than any other ideas, right? And I know that like the CIA is part of that. Like he was quoted saying, "I will dismantle the CIA or intelligence agencies into 1,000 billion," or whatever he said, right?
Yeah.
So it's all connected. It's the same fucking thing, dude. It's like they're two peas in a pod. If you break one thing, you break the chain to the other thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like the full redaction would show that connection, and there might be some redactions that I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I'm curious to see what happens, dude.
I am too.
I don't know if that. Let's say it was real and that's actually what it was saying. I still don't think it matters. I really don't. I think they would just argue that like that was a different Israel back then. You're talking about fucking 60 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like those people are long gone. That, you know, Netanyahu's got his own thing now, whether you like him or hate him. I'm just saying, like, that's going to be that way with the government we have now. Like, that's going to be the excuse. If it was an inside job, they're going to say, well, these people they're not in government anymore. We wouldn't do that now. And obviously they would, but that's what they're going to say. So I just don't know how much that sways anybody. I think where Israel's going to have a problem is if they don't drop the Palestine shit. I think that's going to be the problem, right? Like if there's a deal that's made and Israel can't keep the side of the deal, that's where people are going to really turn on him. And they're going to say, like, listen, we're trying to negotiate this. That's even Trump. If he can negotiate something and they back out of that, or they do something, that's where I could see him saying, like, hey, you know, this was supposed to be in good faith and you're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that would be, I think, the turning point for Israel, not having the praise that they get right now.
I think the biggest thing with the JFK stuff is it's going to open the door to really slim down or get rid of a lot of federal agencies within our own government. I think it's going to show that the CIA or the FBI or both or whatever had direct involvement in it, and that's going to pave the way to get rid of a lot of corrupt shit in the government.
But like Dave just said, that was 60 fucking years ago, bro. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like,
but I mean,
we're a different thing now.
But those corrupt things have continued through the life of these agencies.
Yeah, the problem, and I agree with you, Chris, to the extent, right? The issue is going to be like, yes, we are possibly getting these JFK files that we haven't had for 60 plus years, right? The issue is if that even does open the door to what you're saying, where we can actually like have people interested in looking at other cases where the government did terrible things, how long is that going to take? You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, it took a long time. Why? I don't know, but it's taking a long time for this shit. It takes a long time for every fucking thing. So like, does the ball really roll that much? Are the people that were involved dead already, and it's irrelevant at this point? You know, like that's what they're gonna say. Oh, Bill? Yeah. Oh yeah, Bill from the CIA shot him. You know, Bill was a bad guy, guys. You know what I mean? But the CIA is not bad guys. You don't have to worry about them. Right. That was just Bill. You know.
Well, and then I don't know if like if he releases stuff about 9/11, you will for sure see Israel's involvement somewhere, and that is like that's been proven. Like there's FBI documents about like certain individuals. So I'm just saying you're going to see the intelligence agencies and foreign countries. It's not just Israel. I don't want to just put the blame on them because there was a lot of people involved in this. But like I'm noticing there's this anti-Israel sentiment being built up. Well, with the whole Palestine movement, right?
Yeah, the Democrats hate him right now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, no one wants to see people being bombed and killed, right? And so they're seeing these images of Palestinians being bombed and killed, right? And so there's building up the sentiment of, hey, we got to fucking stop this. What the fuck, dude?
I'm just playing devil's advocate, though, right? Like, just in serious note, like, you don't think that there's any way that, like, a certain faction of people in this country want you to hate Israel, right? Like, you don't think that they could build this? Because here's the problem. When you say, like, there's FBI documents, we're just talking about how the CIA, the FBI are fucking bullshit organizations that lie through their fucking teeth. And then you have, like, well, we have an FBI document that says that they were involved. And we believe that? That's the issue that I have is, like, who the...
It's not just that, though. Like, the people that they were going after went on a talk show and openly admitted that they were documenting the event. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you have this type of shit happen, dude. Like, it's not just FBI document.
The difference would be is like in a 9/11 aspect, the people involved are all still alive.
Most of them. I'm with you. I'm certainly listen. I'm not saying that because I put all my faith in Israel. You know, by any means. I'm saying that I just don't know like how you could possibly trust the organizations, right, with their documents that they clearly fucking make up. We've seen made up shit go through these places, and they push that out there as it's real, and it's not real. So
right.
Is Israel the scapegoat? You know, is it that, or are they really this?
I honestly think that they're going to become the fall guy.
Yeah, but see,
and that's the whole 17 post stuff, like the Save Israel for Last. I feel like that has something to do with it.
I know, but when you say fall guy, does that insinuate that they're not guilty and they're taking the blame?
No. It would, like, they are a guilty party, and that's why if there were, and I'm not saying all of Israel, okay? I'm saying like the Zionist party that is involved with, it's just like our government, right? It's not all the American people are bad. It's the fucking people up at the heads of the Department of Defense, everybody that are doing these evil things. So I'm just saying, like, I feel like the game of like going back and forth and getting people's attention, getting people's votes, you have to deliver the goods. And one of the goods is going to be, there's got to be a fall guy, dude. And I feel like it's being built up for Israel to have this, like the shift in our view, like not our view, but like America's view towards Israel might change within Trump's administration. I can't really tell you if it's going to or not.
Yeah,
but like all of the stuff where he's saying, I'm going to release all this and this and this. I don't know.
We'll see.
And the Palestine stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like there's a buildup over there happening.
I feel like the Palestine thing is like not like perceived.
It's always been.
Well, I just don't feel like anybody really like sides with Palestine, like in honesty, unless you are real left leaning. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it, the bombing, but like, I mean, that's...
I listen to like a lot of libertarian people who side with Palestine. Like Dave Smith's not a libtard, and he sides with anti-war.
Yeah,
he's not really siding with Palestine. He's just saying, "Hey, stop bombing people, Israel." You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's like a weird. I don't think there's a win on that. To be honest with you, because they're so historical. I don't know if there's a win. Like Palestine definitely attacked Israel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We got attacked. We went and started a 20-year war. You know what I'm saying? Is that a good thing? No, I'm not saying it's a good thing. But we also would go fuck someone up if they attacked us. We have before. So like, I don't really see like.
Yeah, there's a lot to the story though. It's just
I understand that there's way more than just that. I totally get you. I just am not convinced. I feel like that's going to be a hard sell for the average person to be like, oh wait, we're supposed to not like them now. Like that's going to be a hard sell, especially when we're pushing towards.
It's going to be
China.
a slow burn. We've seen what happens, dude. Like
I know, but
it's
slow
a slow
burn
process.
I know, but
That's
I'm
what
saying you're saying in Trump's administration that's 4 years. You know how fast 4 years goes, right? Like I don't know if that's.
I mean, Chris just said like we're gonna, get rid of income tax.
Yeah, and I told him he's crazy. And I bet him 10 Snickers.
Watch.
You know what I'm saying though? Like I'm not saying I agree with him and I don't agree with you. I'm saying like 4 years is quick, man. 4 years will fly by, and I'm not sure that all these things are happening in the next 4 years. That's all. Especially if we're on track to do all this other things. Like look at all the stuff that's been put out there that he wants to do. That's like manageable shit that can get done, right? You think he's going to detour focus of that stuff that we all want? We all been dying for this. Guys, we got to stop doing all this because we got to go after Israel now. Like that's not going to.
Got to stop doing one thing, just do another.
Yeah, I think it'd be multifaceted. Like, hey, look what else is going on. Like we're.
Yeah. I feel like that's going to be.
It's all just speculation, dude. It's speculation, but I feel like it's swelling that way. Like I don't say all of it's right, because there is a group of. I don't want to lump everybody into the same group, just like I don't want to lump us into the same group, right?
Yeah.
So there's this swelling though of like blame the Jews, dude, and I just don't know if that's going to be a good thing. That's definitely not a good thing because there's going to be a lot of innocent people who get hurt by that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Hopefully that's not the case.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think we're not going to be paying taxes here in a couple of years.
Oh, that's true. 10 Snickers bar on the line.
We got to remember that we made that bet, though. You know that, right? This is good. We got to be smart enough.
10 Snickers up on the board.
10 Snickers.
No, we got to put Mark Chong Lynch up on the board.
Yes.
Oh, yep. Mark Chong Lynch, dude.
Yeah, that's definitely going up on.
We can write it on the wood,
I don't know if there's
though.
enough letters.
Yeah. I can make it work.
Okay.
Guys, have a great Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Wednesday for the show. And as Greg said earlier in the show, please go sign up for Patreon. We got the Zoom party.
Zoom party this Friday.
Zoom party.
Come join us. Come hang out. We want to see your faces. We all get together, drink some beers, and have a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Peace.